then we can start. Yeah, okay, I think we're good to go now. All right, so what's up, guys? This is Chris from Dora Hacks. Today, we are very happy to have Kila, who are the core team from QiDao project. He will be sharing the topic of getting more out of your crypto through lending with us today. And before he starts, please allow me to briefly introduce the background of this workshop. Right now, Dora Hacks and Polygon are co-hosting the Polygon-Grants Hackathon, which is the very first global Polygon-centric hackathon, but also the very first Polygon quadratic funding grant, where we will use Matic token as the main voting and donation currency. We look forward to all the amazing new projects building on the Polygon network. So without further ado, let's welcome Kila to start his workshop. And remember, guys, if you have any question during the session, feel free to shoot your questions in our YouTube and Bilibili chat room. And thanks for joining us today, Kila, and feel free to begin when you're ready.
Thank you so much, Chris. I'm happy to be here. Hey, everyone, I'm Kila. I am from the QiDao team. I'm really excited about this because I have a long history with hackathons. I started out going to a ton of hackathons, met some really great people, started hosting hackathons of my own. And actually a lot of what you're going to see today in terms of QiDao, my.finance, it's kind of a result of, being at hackathons, hosting hackathons, and the people that I met at hackathons. Without further ado, I will go ahead and start my slides and share. Here we go. All right. So again, I'm part of the QiDao team, but I'll go ahead and get into what exactly is lending in the DeFi and crypto space. Here we go. Oh, I guess my laptop's a little slow. So what is crypto lending? Crypto lending is when you use your crypto as collateral for your loans. So what does that really mean? Take out some of the big fancy words. You basically put your crypto, say your ETH, your BTC, your Matic in this case, seeing as most of y'all are on Polygon. And that crypto has a value in itself, right? So one Matic is worth, I think, 1.2 something dollars right now. So each Matic has some value associated with it. With crypto lending, you're able to access that value without actually having to sell your tokens. And so at a core, that is exactly what crypto lending is. Let's give you a little bit of an example so you have a little deeper understanding. Okay, so for example, at the beginning of the year, January 1st, you had 3 ETH. That ETH was valued at January 1st, $2,100. In your bank account, maybe you had lost your job, maybe you're not working, maybe you're a student, you had $23 in your bank account, but you had Christmas, New Year's, a lot of expenses in December. So your bills for this upcoming month are $1,000. What do? Most people might first think, okay, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to sell my ETH so I can afford to pay my bills, right? But what happens with that is that now you've sold your ETH. If ETH increases in value, you've lost out. You've missed out on that opportunity to actually get those gains in ETH because you had to sell it for your bills. So this is kind of what crypto lending helps you with. Wouldn't it be nice if you could just borrow against the value of your crypto? That way you don't actually have to sell it, but you can still use its value. And this is what crypto lending does. So now let's go through that same example again. But now if you actually had just borrowed the value against the ETH instead of selling it. So first example, if you fast forward all the way to September, you sold your 2 ETH to cover your bills. Now the value in September of Ethereum is, what is it, $3,200. So your crypto portfolio then today is $3,200. Had you just borrowed $1,000 against your ETH back in January, now you fast forward September, you still have your 3 ETH. That didn't go anywhere. So you have 3 times 3,200, 9,600, but then you have that $1,000 debt. But you can still see here, even with that $1,000 debt, your difference is 5,400. So quite a big difference. And with some other tokens, it might even be more apparent what that difference may be. For example, Matic at the beginning of the year was a couple cents. Now $1.20. All right. So why do people use lending protocols? One, if you have tokens that you really love, for example, Matic, ETH, BTC, you may not want to sell it. You want to hold it because you really believe that long-term, these things are going to have a lot of value. And so you just want to hold it. But again, you want to be able to use the value of those tokens as well. Leverage. So leverage is when you use your tokens to buy more of those tokens. So you really love Matic, cool, great. If you have $1,000 in Matic, you can borrow some money against that to buy more Matic. So you've actually increased your position in Matic. So if Matic goes up in value, now you've realized even more gains by leveraging up. Diversifying. So again, you've got $1,000 in Matic, great. Maybe you want to diversify the risk and buy some, CRV tokens. Maybe you want to buy some Ethereum. Maybe you want to buy some Link. You can use the value of your Matic to go ahead and diversify your portfolio without having to put more fiat money in. Farming. So you've got your tokens. You see all of these yield farming opportunities. You want to dive in. You can use the value. You can borrow the value against it and start yield farming from the value of your tokens, as well as one thing that is, there's a lot of different differences from crypto lending versus traditional lending. One of it is being very low interest. You get very low interest loans, sometimes 0% interest, sometimes negative % interest. And then also there's no credit checks. Going back to farming real quick, like this difference is just straight up if you did nothing but keep your value in the vaults. Had you yield farm and done some other things, that difference probably would have been even higher. So with all the lovely things in crypto lending, there are a few risks. One is the risk of liquidation. What is liquidation, you may ask? Liquidation is if you put your crypto into a vault. So usually how it works is you take your crypto, you put it into a vault, then you borrow against it. So now your vault has a specific value to it. Say the value of your Matic in the vault is $10,000. You've borrowed $5,000 of stablecoin or a value from that vault. Now, if Matic prices do drop, the value of your vault or the value of the collateral in that vault starts to go down. Your debt doesn't go down. Your debt doesn't go up either. But now the debt to loan ratio, the collateral to debt ratio, it's starting to get lower and lower and lower. At a certain point, your vaults will become risky. It just means that you do not have enough collateral, or your collateral is too low for the risk of that vault. So a lot of protocols have it at 150% ratio. So if you drop below 150% collateral to debt ratio, you could be liquidated, which means people or the protocol will take some of your collateral away from your vault. There are a couple different types of liquidation. There's full liquidations, which means They will take all of your collateral. You still get to keep the loan. You get to still keep the assets from your loan. So, for example, you borrowed, $1,000 worth of something. You get to keep that $1,000, but now you don't even have to pay it back because your debt is wiped clean. Partial liquidation is somebody will pay off some of your loan, take some of your collateral. You still have access to the rest of your collateral, but your debt is cut by a certain percentage, depending on the protocol. Other risks are just protocol risks in general. And this is something that you should be aware of when you are dabbling in crypto and DeFi, is just to do your own research. Make sure the protocols that you're dealing with are audited, kind of run through the tokenomics, run through a lot of different things before putting your money in, because there are always risks. There's smart contract risks, but then there's also strategic oversight, which maybe the team didn't think of something, and then there's there's a loophole in their strategy. And also, Chris, if there are questions that you see, I'm not on YouTube, so I'm not seeing them. You can just throw them in here and I'll find them somewhere.
For sure.
Thank you. Who are some players in DeFi lending space? One of the biggest, Maker. You have Liquidity. Maker and Liquidity are on Ethereum. QiDao, hello, that's us. Aave, Compound. Those are some of the big names within the lending space. Each one has their own unique aspects. Maker, Liquidity, they're on Ethereum. Ethereum does have high gas fees. Liquidity doesn't have an interest rate, I don't believe, where Maker does. For QiDao, we don't have interest rates as well. Aave, very big name. You can lend some of your crypto for other people to borrow there. We at QiDao also work very closely with Aave and try and create strategies, which I will go into deeper detail later on. But yeah, these are some of the big players in the DeFi lending space. Me, coming from QiDao, I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into QiDao and kind of what it does and how you can borrow on QiDao. All right. So here's a little intro into QiDao, being able to borrow stable coins without selling your crypto. So what I said before, you can use a ton of different cryptos. Here are some of them to borrow stable coins. And then you can do whatever you really want with those stable coins. You can farm, you can buy more tokens, you can lever up. It's 0% interest. You don't have to pay back like during a specific schedule. You can pay it back at any time. And there is no credit checks. It really just is a process of depositing your crypto, deciding how much you want to borrow, take out that loan, and then you're done. Some of the competitive advantages of QiDao versus other ones: 0% interest, no payment terms. You can keep your loan for however long you really want. You can keep it for 10 years. You can keep it 5 years. You don't have to make monthly payments at all. We have different collaterals. Right now we have Matic, we have BTC, we have Wrapped ETH, we have Link, Curve, a few more. You can also use Aave market tokens as collateral, which I'll dive into a little bit later on. We are Polygon native, which is a big plus when it comes to gas fees and speed. So Maker, a very big name. We love Maker. It is, though, very expensive to use. So if you wanted to take out a loan on Maker, you're going to have to pay Ethereum gas fees. Sometimes those can be, $200 just for a transaction. So that is something to keep in mind. Our vaults are NFTs, so you can actually, if you wanted to, you could trade and transfer your vaults. We like to partner with a lot of different protocols. That's one of our competitive advantages. Is we really just want to see the DeFi space and the financial DeFi services grow. We're not too we're not too concerned about competition, but just more, I think if the entire DeFi space grows, it's going to be better for all boats. Rising tides rise all boats. And then Mai is bridged over to other chains. So though we are Polygon native, you can use Mai on Solana, you can use Mai on Avalanche, you can use Mai on Phantom, and more to come. Chris, any questions before I go into a live demo?
I don't see any questions come up, so I think we are good to go now. Yeah, maybe we could do a including Q&A at the end.
Yeah, sure. Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to jump into a live demo. So our website for QiDao is my.finance. So as you can see here, borrow the Mai stablecoin at 0% interest without selling your without selling your crypto. Go to open app. Wait for it to load. My internet. I don't know if it's my internet or it's just my computer, but it is very slow. What you would usually have to do is go ahead and connect your wallet. I already have my wallet connected, and so we are good to go there. There we go. So what you do is if you have some tokens, in this case, say Matic, you hop in here. Okay, I do not have a vault yet, but I want to borrow some Mai. I go and create a vault. Okay, it's going to pop up your MetaMask. I'm not sure if you can see that as well, but it's going to pop up your MetaMask. You basically say, yes, I confirm, creating a vault. And now a new vault is being created just for you. And again, nobody else has access to these vaults to manage it or change anything. Only you do. So I just wait for the new vault to be created. And wait for the new vault to be created. Always on live demos, this stuff seems to happen. There we go. All right, so this is let's see here. See, I think my might be logged into a different account here. Here we go, back to here. Let's go create a vault. All right. Don't know what happened there, but usually it just creates a vault, an empty vault with zero Matic, zero Mai in it. And then you can go ahead and manage your vault and take out a loan, which we'll dive into. One thing to note is that when you're doing any kind of transactions within the Matic Polygon ecosystem, you will need to have a little bit of Matic for gas fees. If you do not have Matic of your own, then what you should do is you should go to like matic.supply, and you'll be able to go ahead and get a little bit of Matic to be able to do some transactions with. I'm assuming that my either my RPC endpoint is having an issue. Okay, here's my vault. Okay, so I have my vault. I can now manage it. So first thing that you want to do when you have your vault is you want it to deposit some collateral. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do is throw in some Matic. I will go ahead and throw in, say, five Matic. Deposit. It will ask you to confirm the transaction. Perfect. Yes, I confirm. And now you'll see that it is processing, and the Matic transaction will, the Matic will start to now then enter the vault. Once the Matic is entered the vault, then we have a few other options here. We have the withdrawal. We can always withdraw the amount of Matic that we had just put in. We will be able to borrow some stablecoin against our Matic. Or once we have a loan, we'll be able to repay back that loan. Might seem that Polygon is a little slow today, or I just need to up my gas fee. Let me refresh and see. Okay, the transaction is pending. Let me speed this bad boy up. Perfect. Let's see. Sorry about the inconvenience.
Don't worry.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and try this again. We're going to go ahead and deposit 5 Matic. Let's go ahead and put, yeah, we'll go ahead and put a little bit more gas. So increasing the gas fee will help you hopefully get faster transactions. All right. Okay. Still depositing. Usually it doesn't take this long. I think maybe Matic, the Matic network is a little congested. And when it's congested, it can slow a few things down. Well, I guess I can go ahead and just describe what happens. You would go ahead and deposit some Matic in here. It will show you your collateral right here. Once you want to go ahead and take some stablecoin, some my stablecoin, and my is a stablecoin pegged to the US dollar, so it will not fluctuate too far off of the $1 peg. Once you need to take a little bit of a loan, you go ahead and go to borrow. You'll be able to enter in an amount that you want to borrow up to a certain ratio. And that is what I was talking about before. We have a liquidation ratio for each collateral. For example, the minimum collateral to debt ratio for Matic is 150%, which means you're allowed to take out about 66% of your Matic's value, and that's at a max. So you can take out a loan. You probably want to have it, if you're a little bit risk averse, you might want to have it above like 200%. But yes, this then you would go ahead and borrow. Once you borrow, then you will have some MI in your wallet. It's still thinking about it. Let me might just be my computer. Because it's speed up. Let's go with 100, doubling it. $100. Oh, okay. Well. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Now we have it in here. I just refresh the page. So it took a while. I think the Polygon network is a little congested, but it took a while. Now we have some Matic in our vault. And so based off of this minimum collateral to debt ratio, it will give us the amount that we're allowed to borrow from it. So this is going to be our collateral value. That 5 Matic is valued at $6.10 or 11 cents, and you can take about $4 in loan against it. So what you would go ahead and do is you can come in here, you can say, I want to borrow $3. Great. It will tell you your liquidation ratio. So if Matic drops to 90 cents, that is where you would be liquidated. We do partial liquidations here at QiDao. So if you do get liquidated, not all of your collateral gets taken, only some of it. You're usually hit with about like a 6 to 4% penalty if you are liquidated. Now we're going to go ahead and borrow some MI. Awesome. Just increase this to 100. Confirm. So as you can see, my collateral to debt ratio is around 200. That's maybe a little bit on the riskier side. If Matic prices drop really quickly, then that's when I would be liquidated. All right. So once it's finished thinking, and once the transaction actually goes through, then you're going to start to see your debt pop up right here. It will show you your debt value. Your debt value will never change. It's your debt is never going to change. It's not going to go up. If I borrowed 3 MI, it will always be 3 MI. There is no interest rate when it comes to borrowing on my.finance. Okay. Yeah, I even put in 100 gwei for gas. Still thinking. Hopefully for you, everything goes a little bit faster. As it should. Let's see here. Okay, transaction is still pending. Oh, it says collateral, deposit collateral. Borrow. See here. I think next time I'll just go ahead and do a video. That way, I'll be able to show you a little bit quicker. Well, anyways, yes. Then you would have some Mai that you have borrowed, and you can do whatever you really want with that Mai. If you wanted to, you could go ahead and take it to an exchange such as QuickSwap. You'd be able to take it to, Slingshot or wherever you would want, and you could trade it for more Matic. You could trade it for Link. You could trade it for whatever you really want on that site, or you could also use it to farm. There's a lot of farms that you can use with Mai that will be earning you some tokens. And so you can farm here on our site, or you can farm with Mai on a couple different sites. QuickSwap being one, which has great pools. So this is a stablecoin pool. As you see, you'll be getting 15% APR on a stablecoin pool, which is pretty nice, seeing as stablecoins are stable. Here is a Qi and Matic pool, which gets you 150% APR. Let's go back to our vault and see if that transaction has gone through yet. It hasn't, but it's okay. We'll worry about that later. If you do farm with your Mai here on the site, you will get Qi tokens. What is Qi tokens? Within the QiDao ecosystem, Qi token is our governance token. A governance token, if you're not familiar, allows you to help make decisions about the protocol. You can vote on certain things that we would do with our revenue. You'd be able to vote on how we proceed with the protocol in terms of what collaterals we should add. So here you'll see that there's different types of collaterals. We are always adding new collaterals. With your Qi token, you'll be able to help us make decisions on which ones we should add. Also, Qi tokens do, if you do stake them, you are able to get some of our weekly protocol revenue. So if you stake your Qi, you can stake it for a week, month, 3 months. You can keep adding. Let's actually do this as an example. I have, as you can see, 10 Qi tokens. So what that means is I have here Qi power, which basically means your voting power of 10 Qi. So if I wanted to go ahead and lock my 10 Qi, I can lock it for, let's say, a week. It will be released then. That means I have a boost of 1.1. What is that 1.1? That means I have a voting boost of 1.01, as well as a weekly revenue reward boost of 1.01. I can lock it all the way up to 4 years, which would mean I would have an equivalent of 40 Chi. If I locked my 10 for 4 years, I get a 4x boost on my voting power, as well as the rewards that I'd be getting every week on Wednesday. So let's go ahead and do that here. Go ahead and approve. Awesome, confirm. And once it's approved, then my Chi is locked. If you lock your Chi, it's locked for that period of time. But again, you do earn some rewards. We'll come back there. Let me see, maybe my transaction didn't go through for this borrowing amount. Let me borrow 3 my. Let's, for the sake of it, do it. Make it a fast transaction. Okay. Okay, well, it's seems like it's a slow day in the Matic world. Anyways, we'll come back to that. All right, live demo didn't work out too well, but it's okay. We'll come back to that. Anyways, we do have a bounty that we are pushing out for this hackathon. And that bounty is, how might we use automation within my.finance to improve the user experience? So there's a lot of things that happen in the my.finance world. There's a lot of different strategies that you can use. One of those strategies, for example, is using Aave market tokens. So Aave market tokens are tokens that Aave gives you when you deposit collateral into Aave. So if you have Matic, you deposit into Aave, you receive Aave market tokens. When you deposit your Matic into Aave, you're earning some interest on that Matic. So that Matic in Aave is earning some interest. You can also borrow from Aave. However, you'll be hit with a interest rate from borrowing on Aave. So if we see here, so if you have Matic, if you deposit it, you're getting around 3 to 4% on just your deposit, and if you borrow against it, you have a interest rate of 2.93. So your borrowing interest rate is at 2.93. That means that there would be an interest rate if you borrow, not if you use your Aave market tokens on QiDao. So deposit Matic into Aave, your earning yield on that Matic. You take the Aave market token, which I was going to show you a live demo, but it's being slow. You can deposit that into QiDao. All you need to do is go to the yield page, deposit some of your Aave market wrapped Matic, approve it, deposit it, and then once it's thrown in here, it will start accepting the Aave rewards on your behalf every day. So that way you do not have to continue going back to Aave and accepting your rewards manually. So your collateral is always compounding. And then what you can then do after that is use that compounding Aave market token as collateral here. Go back to vaults. Go here, Aave market wrap Matic, and now you can use it as collateral for your vaults. So you can borrow against your Aave market tokens. Why this is really interesting is because now your collateral is continuously growing. So you're earning interest on your collateral, and now you're able to borrow against it at 0% interest. And you can use that MI for whatever, again, you want. You can use it to farm, or you can continue to lever up your Aave market tokens. But as you can see, this is a very long process. You take your tokens, throw it into Aave. They give you a Aave market token. You throw it into QiDao, blah, blah, blah. Would it not be cool if there's a way to automate this entire process? Because it is confusing. It is confusing for people. So this might be one of the types of automations that that you could think about doing. There are a ton of different strategies, one-touch strategies that we could look to automate, but that's what the bounty is here for. We want to see what you can come up with, something creative, be as creative as you want to when it comes to creating a easy and automated way for people to really take advantage of the my.finance website and help them really generate the maximum yield from their crypto. We do have our bounty out on here. It's bounty number 29. Go check it out. We've got a lot of information in there. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Bounty 29, automations for my.finance. We have a few examples of some automations. These are, again, just examples. We are happy to see what you come up with. Use your creative side, hop into our Discord, ask our community, ask us questions. Would this be cool? What if we did this? Our community is very, very helpful, very understanding, and very willing to chat. We have a little bit of information about what QiDao Protocol is, what is our stablecoin, what Qi is. Here's our Discord link, as well as a link to our official documents. And here's a link to some community strategies that people use my.finance for. So we hop in here. Here's some different strategies that you can use, leveraging your Aave market tokens, farming using stable coins, what to do with on Polygon. So you can use this to think of how you might be able to automate some of the strategies that you see here. This unofficial guide to my.finance is created from the community. So as you can see, we didn't even create this, our community did. They have a ton of really cool, creative ideas that I think if you reached out to them, they'd really love to chat with you and work with you on. Let's see. With that, if the live demo is not working well, I'll kind of just leave it for Q&A. Yeah, if the live demo is not working, I'll go ahead and open up Q&A, and I'll go ahead and send a video. I'll create a video and send it of of this actually working. I'm not sure if it's my RPC or if Polygon is a little congested right now, but I'll send a video of it working. That way you can see it working on your own time. All right. Now, yeah, I'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry about the issues there.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I know, and the internet could be distable sometimes. And yeah, actually, we could see there are some fans of the projects are talking and chatting in the room. So guys, if you have any questions for Kila or the whole project, feel free to ask him. And yeah, I will transfer the questions to him. And
Yeah,
I have
also Chris. Yeah, Chris, you can also send me the link. If you just send me the link to the
sure.
to the YouTube, I can also look at it. But yeah, Chris, you had a question.
Yeah. Just send you a link of the YouTube. And so actually, I have used the QiDao when the Polygon mainnet just came out. Yeah, it was a long time ago, and I really like the whole concept of the project, like the mahjong and some Chinese culture fused into the project style. Really like it. And could you tell us a bit more about like the future plan? What is the next steps for the QiDao project? We all know that the Polygon network is thriving. A lot of new projects and a lot of new opportunities are coming. So yeah, what is your next step?
Yeah. Absolutely. No, great question. One of our biggest things that is coming out next week, so this is a little bit of alpha for people because we haven't even announced it yet. On Monday, we will be releasing Vault incentives. And so what Vault incentives means is we will be giving people rewards just for borrowing my. And so you put in your collateral, you take out a loan. If it's between a certain ratio, collateral to debt ratio, you will be earning Qi. So that's pretty huge for one, like you're already not being charged an interest rate. Now you're being rewarded to borrow. So you're basically being paid to borrow some Mai. And again, the Mai can be used for whatever you want. So that's one really, really great thing that's coming out short term. Another thing that we've been working on is using LPs as collateral. So that's another thing that is in the works. So the entire team, we're really excited about that. Among a few other things, but I think those two are kind of like the most immediate cool little things that you'll probably be seeing pretty soon.
Yeah, got it. Thanks for answering that. And maybe we could pick a few questions from the chat room. So there's one question asked, where all could someone use Mai, the token Mai? Yeah.
Yeah. So you can use Mai. On Polygon. Yeah, you can use it on QuickSwap. You can use it on a bunch of different farms within the Polygon ecosystem. You can also use it on Solana. We've partnered with Saber over there on Solana, so you can use it on Solana. You can use it on Avalanche with our partner Trader Joe. I believe it's traderjoexyz.com. And then we've also just announced a bridge over to Phantom, and we'll be announcing who our Phantom partner dexes will be. So yeah, it's really like a popular thing in the Polygon ecosystem, the popular stablecoin. It is the official stablecoin of the Polygon team when it comes to most hackathons. So most bounties that they'll pay out in terms of hackathons will be in MAI. We've had great support from the Polygon team. From the beginning, they've been very supportive and helped us every step of the way when it comes to strategy, marketing, giving us connections to whoever we need connected to. Yes.
Yeah, that is wonderful. I didn't know that we could use MAI on the other chains. Yeah, I will definitely check it out later. Another questions, when are the vault incentives going live now? That we have some links from the developers on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going live on next Monday. Yes, Rathers, you are correct. It is next Monday. They are going live. Again, that's a sneak peek. We haven't announced that.
Okay.
Yes. When Vault Incentives go live. Yes. Oh yeah, Pingu, the Hawaiian shirt. All of them are dirty. I need to. I need to get some washing detergent for my clothes. In terms of where you can use MAI, we do also have on our official document a MAI universe where we try and add as many different places that you can use MAI into that document. One thing to note is that do your own research when it comes to the different farms that use MAI. We're partnered with a few different farms or a few different protocols, not all of them that use MAI. Some really great places that you can use it is on QuickSwap. You can use it on Balancer, and whatnot. But you can see all of those. Impermax is another one that you can use MAI and generate some really solid yields. But yeah, not every place that you see MAI is a partner of QiDao. So just do your own research when it comes to that.
Yeah, definitely. That is important. So guys, because I don't see more questions coming up. So if there's, no more questions, I guess that would be good for today. Really appreciate Kila to come join us today and giving such a good workshop to introduce the whole QiDao project and also a brief introduction about the Polygon network. And also thanks for all the engagement from our audience. I believe the whole sessions could be a really helpful session for someone new who wants to join the Polygon ecosystem. And definitely check the bounties of MAI Finance from the HackerLink website, and also QiDao's Discord if you have interest in their project. And in the future, we have
one other thing, if I can, I just want to. I know some of the people that are in the chat. I want to give them a little sneak preview of the new layout, the new UI. Here we go. So if you can see that here, your vaults will now be on kind of that home page. So you see your vaults. If you create, again, yeah, I guess let me, like Pingu said, let me shut off my video. Hopefully that helps it. So yeah, you'll be able to see all of your vaults, all the different collateral types right here. The vaults that will be earning rewards will have a little fire emoji, and that's if it's if you stay between this range, you can manage from here, and then here, stay between, and you will earn your rewards. So there's just a little sneak peek into the new UI for all those that are actually watching.
Great. Yeah. that'll be it for today. And just like what I said, really appreciate all the engagement from our audience and really appreciate Kila. And in the following days, we will also have a few more workshops. Tomorrow, we will have the Musing Ling, who is smart contract engineering from Furu Combo, and he's gonna present a workshop about connecting the dots, the first step to becoming a DeFi strategist. So if you want to know more about DeFi area, definitely come back and join us tomorrow. And if you haven't followed us on Twitter and if you haven't followed us on YouTube and Bilibili, and make sure you do that so you won't miss out any of the upcoming workshops and events in the following days. And I hope you all guys do great in Polygon Grant Hackathon. And have a great day, guys. That'll be it for today. Thanks for joining us. And thank you, Kila. Thanks for
my pleasure.
jobs. Yeah.
My pleasure.